Good morning, Packers fans. Aaron Nagler here with your Packers Daily Chat, coming to you live on the Cheesehead TV social channels. I'm just grooving to that music. I love it. I never get sick of it. Some of you like it, some of you hate it. That's life, right? Packers have the day off, at least the players do. The coaches will be in drawing up game plans, having their way with the Washington football team, dealing with yet another offensive line shuffle. Josh Myers will indeed miss a number of weeks, according to Matt LaFleur yesterday at his press conference. So we will see yet another shuffling of the offensive line. The good news, of course, is that David Bakhtiari will hit the practice field tomorrow for the first time since tearing his ACL on New Year's Eve Day last year. I would be absolutely shocked if he's up against Washington on Sunday. Perhaps he makes his debut against Arizona. They could wait till even after the Arizona game. That's entirely possible. But they have 21 days once he hits the practice field, once he becomes activated. So um, sooner rather than later, we will see Bakhtiari back in the lineup. And obviously, that's good news for a team that continues to take the hits when it comes to the injury bug biting everybody on this team. Got to weather this storm, got to get through it, and I suspect they will. Good morning to everybody in the comments. Good to see everybody. McKnight, what's up? Yosh Nijman developing into a starter. Okay, whoa. He's excellent depth. There's no doubt about it. And I do think there's a very good chance he plays on Sunday. I talked about this yesterday on Twitter. I know the prevailing thought out there is to put Jenkins at left tackle and have Lucas Patrick continue at center. I suspect, and this is just guesswork on my part, I don't obviously have any inside info. I suspect they'll play Jenkins at center. I understand the reasoning that people have for wanting Jenkins at tackle, but I think he can affect the game more and gives them more options on offense, the entirety of the offense, if Jenkins is at center. I think Lucas has done great work. I've praised him on Twitter the last 2 weeks because the fact that he stepped in, obviously this week was really impressive because he probably didn't practice there outside of scout team all week. The week prior, after Josh missed the entire week of practice, he did yeoman's work in Cincinnati. But I think Jenkins gives them a whole hell of a lot more, not just in pass pro, but definitely in the running game. And while I understand wanting Jenkins on the blind side, etc., I think Yosh has proven that with a little help, he is more than capable of holding up over there, especially for a game at home where you don't have to deal with crowd noise. Tackle doesn't have to look in for the snap of the ball. Again, maybe they do. Maybe they put Jenkins at tackle and they put Lucas at center. Entirely possible. But I suspect they'll want to put Jenkins at center, not only to do everything I just talked about, but also the protection calls, all the pre-snap stuff. You saw Aaron kind of not working overtime, but doing a lot of the work there against the Bears. I think they'd love to have Jenkins there as the option to help in that regard as well. Again, just guesswork on my part, but that's my thinking there. All right, look at all these super chats. Good morning, everybody. Jay, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for all you do, bud. I'll be in Chicago for work, and I told my company the only way I'll go is if I'm allowed to wear Packers gear all week. Jay, that's a power move right there, buddy. That is a power move. No doubt about it. TKM, good to see you at your post. What's up, man? Good morning, sir. Love pumpkin donuts. Can we get caught looking past WFT and thinking about Cardinals Thursday Night Football? Thanks again for being here daily, Pappies. Could they be caught that way? Aaron Rodgers swears blind that they don't look ahead and they're only ever focused on the first game. I tend to agree with that sentiment. I think outside of the building, we have a tendency to look at the next few weeks. I know I talk about it here a lot on Packers Daily, but the reality is that while they may not be looking ahead as far as their preparation goes, there certainly have been times throughout the history of football where you see teams come out rather flat and or stagnant, and especially after a big win, big road divisional win, a lot of emotion there. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers declaring how his ownership of the Chicago Bears franchise. You see it happen. So it's hard to deny that it's a possibility. But that's Matt's job. Make sure this team is focused and ready and prepared and focused on the task at hand. Jeff, thank you for the super chat. Where was Cobb Sunday? I don't remember seeing him. He was out there. He just didn't get targeted. And this is the way it's going to be in this offense. It's so funny because, and I'm not, obviously, Jeff, I'm not coming at you about this, but it is funny how, for 2 or 3 weeks, all I hear is, where's Lazard? Where's Tunyon? And then finally, Lazard gets a number of touches and a touchdown. Now, all of a sudden, it's, where's Cobb? Well, Lazard got involved. this is the way this offense is going to be. Everybody outside of Devontae and Aaron Jones is fighting for table scraps. A.J. Dillon's got a little bit of a leg in. He's kind of starting to sit at the big kids table as far as game planning, number of touches, feeding him a little bit, etc. But for the most part, it's Devontae and Aaron Jones. Everybody else is lucky to get what they get. And it's going to be a week-by-week basis. It's going to be dependent on who they're facing, what they think the matchups are. I said it all off season. I said it all during the start of the season, and I'm going to keep saying it. There are going to be weeks where guys just don't get looks. And that was Randall Cobb's turn. And I know, sitting outside here as fans, romanticizing it, we love Randall Cobb, the bear killer. So we were really hoping for another moment in Soldier Field where we have that kid on video going, "Oh God, it's Randall Cobb again." Like, it's, we love that shit, right? But the Packers don't care about that. They just want to win the game. And for whatever reason, and their determination, Randall was not part of that plan. And on they go. And who knows? On Sunday, he could have 3 touchdowns. That's just the way this cookie crumbles. Jose, thanks for the super chat. Haven't seen much DeGuara, but what do you think so far? He's had a slow start, and it's kind of expected, I guess, coming off the ACL injury. Certainly played poorly his first couple games. I think he's rounding into shape. Clearly, he's never going to be a major part of the passing game production-wise. He did have the 1 reception there on the sideline. But I think his blocking is improving. He did a nice job on a couple of the big runs that the Packers had. They really like him in that move tight end role. You saw on AJ's big run, he did a great job of cutting the end there. But, like I said, coming off an injury, it always takes a little while for guys to round back into shape. Traditionally, it usually takes like a year and a half. So hopefully he hits his stride, say November, December, right when they're making a run, which would be great. It's always nice to have weapons on offense. Senator, let's see. Jeezy Baby, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. My son is 5 and is starting to get interested in the Packers. My question is, what age is appropriate to bring a kid to a game? Oh, Jeezy, well, depends where you are. I think Lambeau, you're fine. My first game was at Lambeau when I was 3. My grandpa took me. Now, that was a very different age, obviously. But, yeah, I think Lambeau at 5 is great. It's a great time to see a game. Now, obviously, depending on how all in on football he is, maybe if he's not into the real living and dying with every down, go for the vibe, but don't be expecting for him to follow along if he's not that kind of kid. Because there are some kids that just like the vibe of it, which is great. It's awesome. But it's just a different kind of experience, right? But if it's an away game, I would hold off. I would hold off for a while. Yeah, I would probably wait till they're like 8 or 9 for an away game. It's just the possibility of silliness abounds on away games. Tyler, thanks for the super chat. Very much appreciated. Steely, thank you for the super chat. This is just a Matt LaFleur appreciation post. Go Pack Go. I'm down with that, Steely. To quote our bump on Packer transplants, Matt LaFleur is awesome. Hopefully, we got to get Matt back on the show sometime soon. Sorry, guys. Newman sucks right now. Okay, Guy. All right. I love that your name is Guy. Guy, slide back. All right. Newman definitely has 2 or 3 moments every single game where it's less than stellar and the tape is not great. But he does play at a high level for most of the game. It's just those 1 or 2 moments of inconsistency that are causing problems. And that's why I put on Twitter yesterday when I said what I would do is, I'd have Jenkins at center and I'd put Lucas Patrick at right guard over Newman, just for that peace of mind, because that's how I roll. But they obviously love Newman's athleticism, his potential, and hey, they've made that determination and they're dealing with the bullets that they got to bite. But to say he sucks, come on now, come on, be better than that guy. Be better. Be better. Like the video, please. Thank you, Robin. Yeah, like the video. I'll say it at the start rather than at the end. Dawson, thanks for the super chat. Going to the WFT game, could you send keys to Banky's pad? Yeah, sure. It'll be under the rock. in the south end zone. Just take a look. Sean, thanks for the super chat. What's our biggest threat from WFT besides ourselves? Oh, it's funny because the defense for Washington has not played up to snuff, especially comparative to their press clippings over the summer. But they're still formidable. They can still get after the quarterback. No taking them lightly at all. And on the flip side, McLaurin, he is just a beast. And I have no idea. I haven't even looked at their roster yet or their injury situation, so I'm not sure what's going on injury-wise with their team. But McLaurin, if he plays, he can kill you. He's a super talented wide receiver who there is no one on this team currently who is healthy that I trust to check him on a regular basis. So he is 100% a major problem. Uncultured, thanks for the super chat. Morning, Nags. Today's chat between Rogers and McAfee should be entertaining, as well as Corey slinging it on transplants, Pappies. Yeah, Corey is always fun. We'll be back with transplants tomorrow night. Carry the G is back tonight with Mr. A.J. Dillon. We've got a great panel lined up, including Matt Ramage, Monte Moore, and Packers.com's own Wes Hotkowitz. It's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you tune in for all of that. What else we got? People? I need a B-Day win this weekend. Krista has a birthday this weekend. Well, the Packers got Corey Banke a birthday win on Sunday. So, Krista, of course they're going to get you a birthday win. That's the kind of generous folks they are. Becky, we ran on the Bears. Love that LaFleur will run outside zone, inside zone, and power whatever works. Play the O-line, D-line matchup. Becky, very much agreed. I loved all the power they ran. I wish they'd run more power. I do. I mean, I know it's kind of results oriented, but man, when they do the window dressing stuff where they have that Aaron Jones attempt on the jet sweep, man, just run the ball down their throats. But, you got to mix it up. I get that. Make sure no one's trying to get a hold of me. But yes, very much agreed. Tyler, thanks for the super chat. Morning, Nags. Any chance we look for outside help at edge with all these injuries? Also, why does Gary sleep through the first half in games? Oh, I very much disagree with that assessment as far as sleeping through halves. Again, just because he's not making your Sports Center highlights or putting sacks on the stat sheet doesn't mean he's sleeping. You guys are crazy about that. He literally threw a monster man out of the way in the first quarter, but the ball was out. The other team gets paid too and designs things to take advantage of getting the ball out of their young quarterback's hands. That's not on Gary. Y'all are crazy. As far as any chance we look for outside help at edge, yeah, there's a chance. I know Merciless is the hot name because Houston is probably going to release him, though they're probably going to spend today trying to trade him. It's a possibility. That's a type of move that Brian would make that Ted probably never would have, but I doubt it. Let's just put it that way. In terms of money, we have no money, but it's always possible. Is no news on 23 good news? Yes and no, Blake. I know Matt was asked about it yesterday as far as still the possibility of potential surgery. And, Matt was point blank about it. They're still keeping all options open. Hopefully things heals up on its own. They don't have to go that route, but I don't think they're out of the woods yet by any stretch of the imagination. So it's very much a wait and see situation. And if I'm being honest, I don't love the fact that Matt kept that option open. Kind of hated it. I'm happy he's telling the truth, but yeah, no, that's makes me nervous. That's all I'm saying. Robin, thanks for the super chat. How long does it take to develop a corner move versus rush? Gary needs a little more coaching on that. If he gets more moves, he will be a beast. Yeah, he does definitely need a few counters, but again, I think people keep comparing him to other draft picks and other past players and blah, blah. He's his own man. He's working on his game. He's a young guy still. But I still think he's doing pretty damn well. Jason, thank you for the super chat. When David comes back, will the tight ends be more active in the passing game instead of blocking? A bit, Jason. I still think they'll probably be kept in at times, depending on the opponent. But yeah, I would think you'd see a little bit more action down the field. I think that only stands to reason, right? Especially if they keep going to these empty sets with the tight ends in the slot. They won't have to chip. There's a possibility. Matt owns the NFC North, 13-1 in the division. I know, it's crazy. And I just, it bugs me, that Vikings game, the lone blemish. Such a weird game. When can MVS come back? Technically this week. He's had his 3 weeks, but that doesn't mean he will. But we'll find out hopefully tomorrow, see if he's on the practice field. Matt didn't sound overly confident that was going to happen. I suspect it'll be a little while yet. Do I think Rodgers will realistically get traded at the end of the year? Yes. Good thing we didn't pick Watt over King. John, you know what? It's also a good thing that we landed on the moon. Also, we signed the Declaration of Independence. Newsflash, just so you're aware, Columbus sailed the 7 seas. Also, the Indians were here long before white men arrived. Also, the Earth has cooled. Wait, this just in. There was a big bang and the universe was formed. Okay, now we're all caught up on recent history. Thanks, buddy. I was at the London game on Sunday, and we had a lot of people carrying the G. That's what I like to hear, Marcus. You know, I was thinking about this the other day. You know what's crazy? Well, maybe not crazy, but you know what kind of sucks? Is Aaron Rodgers has, been very vocal about wanting the Packers to play in London. And when they finally get over there, he's probably not going to be their quarterback. I'm just going to say it. That's some bullshit. I feel bad for all the English and European fans who have been waiting for the Packers and especially Aaron Rodgers to come over. And when they finally get there, he's probably not going to be in green and gold. That blows. Jay. I'm not going to say that out loud, but that was very funny. Oh. Let me see. Big B is here. Big B is here. What's up, Big B? Maybe that's enough to bring him back. But it's way bigger than all that. I want Joey the Jaguar to carry the G. Oh, Mike, was funny. I invited Joey on the other week, but he was too busy. I don't know, man. I can only do so much. I am just one man trying to make my way in the universe here. Heard you ask yesterday. It looks like LaFleur thinks McCarthy ball is the best against certain opponents. Well, I don't think Matt would characterize it as McCarthy ball. And it's not just Matt. It's Matt, Aaron, Luke, and Nathaniel. And for whatever reason, the 4 of them, possibly spearheaded by someone, have determined that they like that empty formation, all the empty formations, really, and they're going to keep utilizing them. They are up significantly through the first 6 games in their usage of empty. I didn't just ask that willy-nilly, by the way. It wasn't I'm doing the eye test thing here. I did the research. They are up significantly. Big B is always open, you damn right. Dennis Garvin, yes. So good to see him getting finally some plays and some recognition. He's been playing at a solid level for the last few weeks, and they've needed him, obviously with Z going down, and who knows what happens with Preston. But yes, I talked about it on transplants last week. Game came to him on Sunday, and I love it. He has been giving them some really quality reps. It's great. I hope it continues because he had a really nice camp, and it's one of those moments. It's one of those things in the NFL where, man, you get that opportunity. So many times we see guys just don't carry over, say, their practice success or their success in camp, preseason, what have you, into the regular season, because that's a very different beast. But Garvin has really kind of grabbed it and really seems to be kind of rising to the occasion, and I love that. Ahmad, oh no, Jalen Smith looks solid. I'm a child of the 80s, so I'm going to make a reference here that only those who are probably 40 or older are going to understand. But what you talking about, Willis? Solid is probably being kind. He had a few nice moments. That's being charitable. That's what I'll say. Oh my gosh. Did I see the new Zeke? Did I see the new trailer for the new Batman? Did I see it? Holy cow. Looks phenomenal. I'm all in. I don't care. I said on Twitter, like, it's way too early for a new bat. I'm all in. I'm in. I'm in. Can't wait. Very excited. It's funny because my girls are very excited for it, but just because Robert Pattinson is like, oh my God, he's so dreamy. Oh, he's like emo boy. Like, blah, blah. I'm like, come on. He's just kicking ass and taking names, beating up bad guys. And it looks like Blade Runner. That's why I'm in. They have very different reasons for being in, obviously. Solid, different strokes reference. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See, I said the older crowd, you guys would get it. How does somebody know so much about football and do his own eyebrows? Just saying, Brandy, coach, like he said, it. I guess necessity was the mother of invention. He started doing his own hair in college. The man is multidimensional. What can you say? Morning, Nags. Are we assuming Bakhtiari's first game back will be on Thursday, 10/28 versus Cards? No, because Francesco, we know what happens when you assume, right? No, I wouldn't assume that. It's a possibility, a strong possibility, but I wouldn't assume it. I would not be surprised at all if they waited until after the Cardinals game to put him on the field. We'll see. I'll be shocked if he's out there Sunday. Let's just put that out that way. There's a possibility he's out there Thursday night against the Cardinals. Yes. All right, everybody. I'm going to have to get going. I can't thank you enough for hanging out and talking Packers each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on Cheesehead TV. Please do me a monster favor. Hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends, and tell your family. Cheesehead TV. We are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. I'll see you tonight on Carry the G. Hit subscribe, please. Thank you. Go Pack Go.